Good afternoon, investors and corporate. Welcome to Digital Roadshow third quarter 2024 performance review. This section will run about 45 minutes, including Q&A. Company will start the section by 30-minute presentation, followed by 15-minute Q&A. And during Q&A, investor may leave your question in meeting room chat box or use raise your hand function. We will open your microphone so you can ask the question to the company directly. So may I now invite SCGJWD Logistics Public Company Limited to start the presentation.
Thank you, Kap. Greetings all the investor, analysts, and all interested parties to our digital roadshow for the third quarter of 2024. So this quarter, SCGJWD has just reported our performance and have the analyst meeting. We're going to have opportunity days in Thai language tomorrow, but today is a good opportunity that we will have a chance to meet you guys in English version. So I believe that if you have any question, please feel free to send a question during this meeting, or as well as you can always contact us through IR channel of the company. Let's come back to our presentation. So SCGJWD in Q3 this year, we have been performing quite good and well performed according to our expectation in terms of the executive plan. And as you may see, we have been improving in terms of net profit and profitability margin continuously, especially in Q3, and moving into Q4, we also have a very positive outlook in terms of our business. The agenda for today, we will talk about the overview of the company structure, the performance of Q3, as well as some of the important financial figures that will let you know during the course of this presentation. I think it would be more helpful if you can possibly download the slides and look into more details, as the slides are quite detailed and long, so you can see all the details afterward, as well as study from our MD&A that we've uploaded into the stock exchange system, as well as on our own website. Okay, for the company, we have the structure as shown on this slide. This structure is actually the same as the last quarter. So the main shareholders structure are as shown on the screen, and we have received the 5-star CG rating score from stock exchange. We also have number of awards that we received from many institutions, and one of the good news is that we just lately received set awards on supply chain management and sustainability, which I will mention afterward. In terms of the business structure, the business profile of the company still remain similar to the last quarter, and main revenue contribution for the company actually came from logistics and supply chain, which accounted to around 90% of total revenue. And the rest of around 10% are contributed from other business, such as property development, IT solution, SCGJWD Academy, and some of the value-added service that we have inside our company. But apart from that, main of our revenues are from logistics and supply chain, which further divided into 4 categories. The distribution of revenue from each of these particular business will be shown on the following slides. Okay, speaking about the performance of this quarter. So in this quarter, we closed the total revenue of 6.25 billion baht, which is actually quite about the same in terms of the year-on-year comparison with Q3 last year. But if we compare to the second quarter, we definitely have quite a significant growth in terms of the revenue. Further than that, in addition, if we look in terms of net profit, we'll see that we have significant growth in terms of the net profit that we can achieve in quarter 3, where we achieve 254.8 million baht of profit in this quarter. And this is a significant growth comparing to previous quarters. And in the last quarter, maybe if you look just briefly to the financial reports, you may see that, hey, actually the net profit for Q2 is quite high and higher than this. But actually, if we only consider the net profit from operation, which is around 177 million baht last quarter, here you see that we have a significant growth in terms of the net profit from operation. And we also foreseen that this upside improvement in terms of our operation is to continue in this quarter 4 of this year. I will briefly give you a rough or a brief overview about what we see on the industry and what we expect to see in Q4 in this presentation. If you look also into the 9-month period year to date of this year, we closed at 18.4 billion baht of revenue, which is actually a little growth from last year. And we closed the net profit at 933.7 million baht, which is also significantly higher than what we achieved last year as well. So it seems like a very good picture has been shown from SCGJWD since we merged the companies last year, and we see a lot of improvement both in terms of top line, increase new business capability, as well as the profitability margin from cost control. You will see in the financial part that our margin of profitability margin has been gradually improving in each quarter. And in this quarter, we achieved better results from that kind of better margin as well. This slide shows the distribution of revenue from each particular business unit. You can see more details in the third section of this presentation. Together with this slide, you understand more about our business profile. But before going to that, let me briefly giving you the outlook or the highlight of Q3 business performance. You see that in Q3, there are many businesses that perform quite well in SCGJWD, especially chemical and dangerous goods business and freight business, which growth around 30% from last quarter, and also growth quite significantly from last year as well. This is partly due to the benefits of the freight cost that has been increasing, freight price that has been increasing, as well as some of the concern regarding the trade war and worries about China-US situation, which seems to be elaborating or elevating right now. We also expect to see some of the benefits will come to a logistic business, especially SCGJWD, from the relocation and replanning of logistic routing. So that is one of the things that we see, that we have certain positive upside that we can expect for this period of time. Also, the transportation in terms of consumer business that we call direct to consumer or D2C, as well as overseas business also experience quite a good growth. The D2C business unit growth around 10% from last quarter, and overseas business growth around 17% from last quarter, which is quite significant. For other business, some of the important business that has big influence into our performance are, for example, the commodity business. You see that commodity business this year is not very, not very active. I would say that it is somehow better than last year, but still not as good as we expected. So it still maintain quite a roughly similar level of volume. But we are looking forward for possibility for the improvement in terms of government spending and all those kind of construction that might pick up and help us to grow the business. But for the commodity business itself, SCGJWD doesn't look or expect that much in terms of putting the growth into the revenue. But we are trying to improve on the other hand, the cost structure and profitability margin, which we have been doing for each quarter in the past until now, you see that there are improvement in terms of the profitability margin in commodity, which in turn significantly helps us in terms of growing the bottom line. Because the commodity business itself contribute quite a big chunk of revenue to our company. The automotive business also quite interesting and being focused by many investors because we are one of the larger player in terms of logistics for automotive in Thailand, as well as spreading now, expanding into the region. We foreseen that even though Q3, the automotive industry does not grow that much comparing to the last quarter, but in the quarter 4 of this year, due to some seasonality effect, as well as the plan of many of our customers, the volume seems to ramp up due to the motor show that is coming in December. Many new models will be launched for many brands of our customers, and some of them is already come to our yard in Lam Chabang. So we foreseen that in Q4, the automotive business will be improving quite significantly from what we see in Q3. The cold chain business also one of a very important pillar for SCGJWD's plan and expansion. And the good news is in Q3, the utilization rate of our facility improved significantly. And follow into Q4, actually I just had a meeting with the cold chain team this morning. It seems like the occupancy and utilization is still improving from what we see in the figures here. So in Q4, we expect that the utilization of our facility will be higher than what we report in Q3, which is definitely the positive effect in terms of revenue and gross profit margin for this business. We also experienced quite a good development in terms of our freight business following our investment in many companies like the ANI and Sino, which were the listed company in Thailand. Both were freight related logistic company, and we were doing some synergy and work within the teams together with our partner to improve the freight business. And we see that there are a lot of upside that we may be able to experience during this period of time following the rise of the freight rate since Q3. And right now, there might be a possibility that we might see the improvement in terms of volume and revenue from the freight business in Q4 as well. That's for the macro picture for the overall industry that affect the company's business. In any case, we still maintain and confirm our business direction to become the ASEAN top integrated logistics and supply chain business, and we aspire to reach 100 billion baht market capitalization in the next 5 years' time. Through our 5 main strategy, that is expansion into the region, building synergy, increasing revenue, cross-sell and upsell, strengthening and scale up core competency, expand into consumer segment, as well as explore new business opportunities. We also at the same time develop and innovate the digitalization and technology through sustainability method, as well as and a lot of inorganic growth or M&A are expected in the pipeline. So we are moving forward into that direction. And since the time that we merged last year until now, we've been building a number of synergies. And similarly in Q3 this year, we have certain highlight in terms of synergy that was happening, including the strengthening of the network for the freight business, both in terms of the ocean and air freight. We also still developing more of the cold chain facilities around the country and also in the region, and also trying to penetrate more market, especially in food supply chain and healthcare products. We also trying to improve in terms of technology and enhancement in terms of our operation optimization through the carrier management and database sharing and also the technology development. We are trying to deploying more of the AI analytics, data analytics, and all those kind of process into our operation. We also work externally with our partners such as Swift Haulage in Malaysia. Right now, we have plans to build more trade lanes into Malaysia and to link into as well Singapore to other regions in ASEAN, and also trying to expand more in terms of what we expertise in, especially in cold chain. Hopefully, we will be able to expand our cold chain operation in Malaysia very soon. So those are the synergy we've been building in the third quarter. And also, we've been discussing very closely with our Chinese partner. We have a joint venture called China ASEAN Supply Chain Management, which is a joint venture between us and Jasda, which is a subsidiary company of Foxconn in China. And we are trying to build more linkage between Thailand and China. We have certain plans in place right now, and hopefully we will be able to do much more in terms of the trade lane link between Thailand, ASEAN country, and China next year. We also have just announced the establishment of our new subsidiary company called SCGJWD Freight. Okay, this is the company that will be focusing on more of the freight focused business and trying to doing much more in terms of the expansion into this business. So this is just a start, and after we made a lot of acquisition in terms of the freight related company, we are trying to be more focused, and now the picture become much more clear once we have the dedicated entity to do the freight business from ourselves. Another thing that are quite interesting is the overseas development. As you may know, we acquire 100% share of SCG International Vietnam in the 1st of June this year, and Q3 is the first quarter that we fully consolidate the performance of our Vietnam logistic operation for the full quarter. And this improvement is one of the significant part of the growth of our overseas operation in this quarter. And we have a number of plans to develop the Vietnam operation together with our partner. And one of the example is our MOU signing with our partners to do logistic for cement in Vietnam. So this one, it is gonna be one of the big tasks or big project for our Vietnam's operation, which is gonna happen gradually in Q4 next year, which will help us to further drive the growth from Vietnam and overseas as a whole. We also have a number of project updates in terms of our organic growth. The good news is many of our construction has completed and operation has started. For example, the data safe, the document storage warehouse, which is the robotic warehouse in Cheung has already completed in August this year. The operation already start right now. We also have the receive additional capacity in Lam Chabang from Alpha Lam Chabang project in August as well. The area is around 1,800 square meters. We are so right now developing additional capacity for cold chain. This one is in Chiang Mai, and you also see many other locations both in Saraburi, Rangsit, and Nawanakorn area where we gonna gradually have much more in terms of the capability or capacity for cold chain operation in years to come. We are also developing additional project for Alpha Industrial Solution, which is actually our joint venture with the partner Origin Property. Okay, and the one of the very important project that we have in Alpha, it's actually the Bangkradi project, which gonna be completed around Q3 next year. This is the example of synergy that we built within SCGJWD and our partner that is Alpha. So this particular warehouse will be fully utilized by SCGJWD to serve one of our important customer, which will be fully utilize this whole warehouse as soon as it is finished. So this is one of the positive upside that we are looking forward next year. And this task is enabled by the support of the expertise in terms of land and construction of Alpha and logistic expertise in terms of how to provide good solution for customer and retain them with us to use the whole facility for long term. So this is gonna be happening. Actually, certain part of that job is already happening in our facility right now. But once the Alpha Bangkradi project completed next year, we will move or relocate all the operation over there, and the capacity will be fully utilized in a very short period of time. Another good news that happened in the third quarter is that our issuance of the debenture has completed very successfully. We've been overbooked from very good demand from all the investors. We thank for all the confidence in our company, and we issue 4.2 billion baht with a tenor length of 3 years. That has already been done, and this will be utilized for refinancing, reducing the finance cost, as well as preparing the cash for future investment. We also just received the SET award from Stock Exchange of Thailand on the award of highly commended supply chain management. We are very glad for this because it's actually reflect how SCGJWD as a logistic operator can help our partner and customer to handle the supply chain efficiently. We also do a lot of ESG activities. For example, we do the Smart Rider program to train the rider for food delivery in Bangkok and metropolitan area. We also doing some kind of a donation to donate the ambulance for certain hospital in Thailand to help to improve the social responsibility aspect. We also aimed to go for net zero by the year 2050, and we have laid down the plan for going to net zero, and this is the achievement that we've been done during this year. We have been reducing more than 5,658 tons of carbon during the course of our operation this year. And we plan to do our process to further reduce the carbon emission and reaching the net zero according to the timeline that's shown on this screen. Okay, so let's move to the financial section. I will go through some of the important highlights that I need you to maybe see and understand more about our performance. More of the details may take a lot of time, and you could possibly download the slides and study together with our MD&A. And if you have any question or inquiry, you can freely please contact our IR team to give you more detail into each specific question that you may have. In terms of the overall financial highlights, we'll see that in Q3 we have let's say revenue growth from last quarter, but comparing to last year, it seems to be quite so not that much difference in terms of the top line performance. But if we look in terms of the profitability margin, you see that 9 months of this year, we have improved the net profit margin significantly. And that is one of the synergy that we are planning to do, not just to increase the revenue, but to also control the cost, improving the profitability margin, and definitely reflected on the bottom line. Yeah. We also have the net core profit of 254.8 million baht in this quarter, which is actually significantly higher than what we achieved in Q3 last year, which is around 140 million baht, definitely more than 80% growth comparing to last year. And comparing to Q2, excluding the one-time negative goodwill record in that quarter, we also experienced very significant growth in terms of the profitability. Let's go through some of the more important business, starting from warehouse and yard management. The general goods warehouse seems to be stable. Let's say stable. The occupancy rate stays above 90%. The reason for the margin slight drop in this quarter are due to the additional space we received from Alpha Lam Chabang project that I mentioned in the update of the project earlier. Because when we receive the new warehouse, the rent kicks in, but we still need time to fill in the customer. So it is typical or conventional that when we receive a new additional area, the GP might drop a bit, but it will gradually improve back to normal level and the revenue will grow higher. One good news is that for this particular Lam Chabang warehouse from Alpha that we received in August, we already sold the whole space of this warehouse to one of the customer, which is one of the a key improvement that we will see in Q4. And the revenue from the rent of this warehouse will start in November this year. So it means that we expect that in Q4 the general warehouse revenue will improve together with its profitability. So that is what we see right now. Also, if you look at the DG or dangerous goods terminal and chemicals, actually this quarter we have a big jump in terms of revenue and also a big jump in terms of the yard throughput. So that is a very good sign. And we still see quite good volume of container throughput going through our terminal in this quarter. So it should be good and still performing well in Q4. Automotive, as I mentioned earlier, it is improving. Even though in Q3 and Q2 it seems to much more like it's stable. But in Q4, we look forward to the big volume that will comes in due to the seasonality effect, due to the launching of new models of many key customers, which is happening now. And we already see a lot of models in our yard at the moment. So Q4, similar to every year that you will see in the past, the automotive business will have a peak operation performance together with early Q1. So that is what we see. Cold storage also growing. You see that the revenue start to ramping up from early of the year's portion, and the GP is also growing. Yeah, and in Q4, we are having more product coming into the inventory. So we are confident as well that the cold storage will perform quite good during Q4 of this year. Transportation, on the other hand, not much excitement in terms of the growth and this kind of improvement in terms of the revenue and new customers. On the other hand, the B2B transportation seems to be quite stable. What we are trying to do for this business is to improve its profitability. We are trying to reduce the cost of operation, reduce the SG&A, improving the bottom line margin as much as we can. And as you see, the 9 months of this year comparing to last year, there are quite good improvement in terms of the gross profit margin of this business, which is a good sign, because this business is actually the business that contribute the highest revenue for our company. So if we can improve the profitability margin, it will help a lot in terms of bottom line contribution. The D2C or consumer transportation also growing quite well. If you might have seen our PR articles that we launched last month or a few months ago, we've been cooperating, signing MOU with PTTOR in terms of delivering bakery product to Amazon shops around nationwide. And that starts now. And that means why it's reflected in Q3, starting to see a big jump in terms of the revenue contribution. And we expect that we will be able to improve more in terms of the consumer transportation in the following quarters that will come. Cross-border multimodal, not so much excitement this quarter. I think still quite the same, not much improvement, but still we have high expectation for these businesses because it is a linkage between Thailand and ASEAN country. It may take some time for us to develop and improve it, but once time comes, we believe so that this linkage will help us a lot in terms of the growth into ASEAN. One of the things that we are working on right now is the plan with our Chinese partner to do more of the cross-border activities between Thailand, ASEAN countries, and China. So that will gradually improve, I think, next year. The other logistics services, including the relocation, self-storage, and art space, also improve quite well in this year. We also see improvement from the document storage business. Yeah, as well as the logistic infrastructure, not so much improvement right now. We have some plan to help in terms of its performance. We see some dropping down of the margin of this business. Definitely not much impact in terms of the overall revenue and profit of the whole group, but we have some plan to improve the profitability margin of the logistic infrastructure, which should be able to see some results, I think, first quarter next year. We will update you about our plan once we are able to give you more detail. But right now, we are actually executing certain plan to help improve logistic infrastructure. On the other hand, the freight business are improving very well. And Q3, we see the peak in terms of revenue comparing to last year as well as to Q2. We are still improving this business, and now we are much more focused on freight. As I mentioned earlier, we already established a new company, a subsidiary company, 100% owned by SCGJWD called SCGJWD Freight. And we will be pushing forward in terms of the freight service that will be given the full solution to customer through this new business unit. Overseas also seeing a lot of development. See that there are quite significant growth in terms of revenue, partly contributed from the fully consolidated Vietnam performance, and also improvement from other companies. The margin also growing every quarter. We are trying to push more in terms of overseas. Actually, overseas is one of our main pillar of expansion. This is actually one of the first strategy in the 5 strategy we made for our plan for the next 5 years, as I shown you before. So we are trying to push more in terms of overseas investment, but overseas itself is not just the consolidation performance. We also have a lot of equity income from affiliates that we invested mostly overseas and also some in Thailand. And you see that the equity income that we receive this quarter is 128 million baht, which is higher than last quarter, as well as almost 3 times larger than last year. So this is a good sign, and we still expect good performance from many of our affiliates, especially the Vietnam, Cambodia entity, as well as Thailand entity. wrapping up, before going to the net profit, we see that we are improving actually even the SG&A. If you look into the graph, you see that the Q3 SG&A is actually decreasing. So we are trying to cut as much SG&A as possible. Comparing to Q2, we cut around at least 50 million of SG&A has been cut in this quarter. And the finance cost itself was somehow increasing due to the additional debenture that we issue in Q3. But actually, you see that the interest rate part itself, the blue bar in the finance cost graph, is actually not increasing that much because most of the debenture that we issue were used for refinancing to reduce the finance cost. The rest of certain cash surplus we reserve for future investment. So that's why there are some marginal increase in terms of the interest. On the other hand, you also have some change in terms of the finance cost from the ROU due to the long-term lease that we have some more space for operation this year. That is the real cost of increasing of the finance cost. The components you can see on this graph, and maybe you can see in more detail through the MD&A about these components. And boil down to the net profit, we have 254.8 million baht of profit in Q3. We have 933.7 million baht of profit for the 9 months of this year, comparing to last year where we have around 500.3 million baht. That is a significant growth, more than 86% growth year on year. And the profitability margin as well has been improving. Right now, we have 5.1 net profit margin, 5.1% net profit margin comparing to 2.8% last year. So that is something that is actually what we try to demonstrate in terms of our synergy, our plan to improve the company's performance. Logistic company conventionally are slow, because we need to invest, we need to build up the volume, we need to optimize the operation and all those kind of things. So things will come slowly, but gradually increase. So you may follow and backtrack since we merged the company February last year until now. It's about 6 or 7 quarters already. You will see improvement in terms of profitability margin and all those numbers. So hopefully this could help you to understand more about how we execute and develop SCGJWD into the future, because it takes time to build such a logistic company, but we have big confidence in terms of all the resources that we have, the financial structure that we have, the base volume that we have, the economy of scale that we have, the human resource that we have. So we are quite ready to move into the future and trying to demonstrate it to the figures in each of these quarters. So please follow us in every quarter from now and see the development and how we execute the plan that we mentioned to you. Yeah. In terms of the financial position, key financial ratios, everything stays in normal level, actually quite similar to last quarter, so no worries on that. The cash flow, we have quite a big surplus because we just issued the debenture. We have around 2.2 billion baht of reserve cash in the company right now. So we have a plan to do some future M&A and organic growth investment. And we are actually right now organizing the workshop for our next year strategy plan. And we're going to have a big workshop with our board director actually next week. So we believe that we have many interesting things going to happen in next year. So please keep in touch and follow us on our development on our business. Okay, I return the screen to Stock Exchange, please.
Okay, the section has come to an end. So on behalf of the Stock Exchange of Thailand, I would like to thank you investors and corporate for joining the conference. We look forward to welcoming you all again in the next quarter. Thank you very much. ขอบคุณค่ะ
Thank you ขอบคุณครับ